You're listening to the Quint's podcast.
In its debut election in Chandigarh, the Aam Aadmi Party has single-handedly changed the political equations by winning 14 out of the 35 wards in the city's municipal corporation elections. For a city like Chandigarh, which as the UT is administered by the centre, the administrative power has always relayed between the BJP and the Congress, but those parties struggled to break ground this time around. While the ruling BJP party was reduced to 12 seats from 21 in 2016, Congress only managed to gain 8 seats. The Shiromani Akali Dal got only 1. And the reason why we're speaking about Chandigarh today is that no one expected a result like this, especially because AAP had no organisational structure in place in the city up until last year. Its candidates also managed to take away seats from incumbent and former mayors. And the Aam Aadmi Party's stunning victory does raise the following questions. Would the party be able to replicate the same result across Punjab in the upcoming polls? And what does this decline in seat share mean for the BJP? Joining me today to help me unpack the Chandigarh municipal election results is the Quint's political editor, Aditya Menon. You're tuned in to The Big Story, the podcast where we dissect the headline making news for you, and I'm your host, Himmat. Post the election results, senior AAP leader Raghav Chadha in a press statement said that it was quote-unquote a victory of Kejriwal's model of governance as people were yearning for a change for years, end quote. And this model of governance seems to have gained popularity with Chandigarh residents since the election was fought mainly on urban civic issues like hike in water tariffs, cleanliness, and parking constraints. Let's discuss these points one by one. The first, water tariffs. This was a major point of contention since it had reportedly been increased by 200 times while the BJP was in power. And one of the key promises that AAP made was to provide up to 20,000 litres of free water to each family in the city every month. Not only water, but an Indian Express report points out that the increase in waste collection and power tariffs also contributed towards anti-incumbency among the voter base. Second is the issue of parking constraints. Hailed as one of the best planned cities in India, Chandigarh witnessed cars being haphazardly parked in most commercial and residential spaces. The parking chaos in the city has been deepening over the past few years due to lack of action by the municipal corporation to correct the issue, which also further contributed to the BJP's downfall in the UT. And lastly, the issue of cleanliness. Chandigarh, as we all know, has always been regarded as one of the cleanest cities in India, with the UT ranking in the top 3 cleanest cities in India for the past decade. However, in 2021, Chandigarh plummeted to the 66th position, causing it to lose its quote-unquote city beautiful tag. However, it is important to note that this city is dominated by an urban voter base and fought on urban municipal issues. So the question which remains is whether AAP will be able to replicate the same results outside the UT as well. Aditya Menon, the Quint's political editor, believes that the biggest difference between Chandigarh and the rest of Punjab is how language determines the local narrative and culture. He weighs in on the political signals that the Chandigarh results send for the rest of the state, barring urban Punjab.
See, the difference that many people are citing between Punjab and Chandigarh is the religion based demography. Like Punjab is about over 60% Sikh, while Chandigarh is about 80% Hindu. But many cities in Punjab also are Hindu majority. Jalandhar, again, about 70% are Hindu. Ludhiana is a Hindu majority. Bathinda is a Hindu majority. So in that sense, one cannot stretch the religion argument beyond a point. I think the bigger difference between Punjab and Chandigarh is language. Uh, 80% of the residents of Chandigarh identify Hindi as their language, as while about 90% of people living in Punjab say Punjabi is their language. So this is a very big difference because it is, I mean, the new, if language also means you are exposed to very different kind of news, very different kind of content. If one sees the mainstream content on Punjabi news channels or on Punjabi YouTube channels, it is not as polarized as what we see in Hindi. It is not as determined by the national picture, not as determined by Modi as what we see in Hindi. So the narratives are very different, and language is really will set apart Chandigarh from Punjab. So Chandigarh has always elected the MP from Chandigarh has always been from the party which emerges victorious in the Lok Sabha elections. For the past four elections, that has been happening. But Punjab, on the other hand, has mostly gone the other way from what the national picture is. But yes, I mean, as you are saying, beyond a point, we cannot say that the Chandigarh results will matter anywhere beyond urban Punjab. Uh, Rural Punjab and Chandigarh will be completely different if one looks at the results from the seats that adjoin Chandigarh. Seats like Kharad, uh, Dera Bassi, Rajpura, and Sahibzada Jeet Singh Nagar, there has been very little correlation between the results in Chandigarh and the political trends in these four constituencies. I think it's only in the 2012 election that the Congress did reasonably well in the 2011 Chandigarh Corporation election, and it won three out of these four seats that joined Chandigarh. So one even the rural areas that are near to Chandigarh, many of these seats are rural or semi-rural. Uh, there isn't a very clear impact of Chandigarh politics. So yeah, I think beyond a point we can't stretch the connection between Chandigarh and Punjab, barring urban Punjab.
As I stated earlier, Aam Aadmi Party's performance in Chandigarh is also significant because its candidates were able to unseat the incumbent and former mayors of the UT. And AAP's candidates were not veteran politicians, but actually all newcomers, which consisted of dhaba owners, housewives, teachers, and shopkeepers. Take the case of AAP candidate Damanpreet Singh, who, according to an Indian Express report, used to run a small dhaba called Sardarji Dhaba, but had to shut it down after reportedly facing troubles by the BJP-run municipal corporation. He unseated BJP's longtime mayor Ravi Kant Sharma in Ward number 17 by a margin of 828 votes. Or take the case of AAP's Prem Lata, who, according to the Express report, is a housewife and has a diploma in hair and skin treatment. Ms. Lata defeated the sitting councillor of Congress Ravindra Gujral and BJP leader's daughter Neha Arora. But pertinently, AAP's win in Chandigarh is significant because it won in a Hindu majority city. According to the 2011 census, Hindus account for 80% of Chandigarh's population and Sikhs 13%. And this trend may also replicate in other Hindu-dominated cities in Punjab as well, like Ludhiana, Jalandhar or Bathinda, where Hindus account for 66%, 75% and 62% of the population respectively. And this leads us to the question, does the Chandigarh result signal that Punjab residents are considering AAP as a third option other than BJP or Congress? According to Aditya, the BJP is not a serious option in Punjab except in a few regions. He adds that the Chandigarh result does make AAP a viable option in other urban cities as well.
See, the BJP is not really a very serious option in Punjab, except in a few areas. So, in that sense, I think it cannot be compared directly. But yeah, what we can say from the Chandigarh result is that the Aam Aadmi Party was considered a party which is stronger in the rural parts of the Malwa region in Punjab. But the Chandigarh result could possibly make AAP a viable option even in urban areas in Punjab. The urban areas were supposed to be AAP's weakness in the state, but I think after the Chandigarh result, they may make some gains in urban parts of Punjab.
Other than lack of action on civic issues, what also contributed to AAP's victory was the constant infighting within the BJP municipal corporation. Ever since the Bharatiya Janata Party won by a landslide in 2016 by winning 21 out of the 26 seats, there has reportedly been constant trouble within the party for the mayor's office. And all eyes now are on PM Modi's visit to Punjab on 5th January, which will be his first visit to the state since the repeal of the farm laws. While the result of a municipal election in a city may not directly translate into the electoral trends for the entire state, the brute majority of the seats won by AAP does raise the question on whether the PM Modi factor, which is prevalent in other poll-bound states like Uttar Pradesh, will work in Punjab. Aditya weighs in.
Yeah, if any party has to worry after the Chandigarh result, it's the BJP. The BJP has dominated Chandigarh politics since 2014. It won in 2014 in the Lok Sabha elections. It won again in 2019. It secured a huge victory in the 2016 municipal elections in Chandigarh, winning 20 out of 26 seats. And Chandigarh is not as if it's some neglected city or it's facing some great civic infrastructure nightmares. It's a very well endowed city, and it's not as if central government or the Chandigarh administration has been particularly nasty towards its residents. I mean, there are several other cities in India which may be in far worse condition. So, I mean, in that sense, if despite all that, if the residents of Chandigarh are voting so decisively against the BJP, BJP would probably have been routed had the opposition votes not got split between Congress and AAP. BJP would have been routed. So there is a very clear decline in the BJP's support in an area which should have been its bastion. So I think there's something that the BJP would need to worry here. Uh, that probably it might be symbolic of a larger decline in its popularity. It's still a civic election. We shouldn't read too much into it, but there might be something here.
For more updates and analysis regarding this story and the upcoming assembly elections, head to the Quint's website. If you liked listening to this episode, please subscribe to The Big Story for episodic updates. We're available on Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, JioSaavn, and most of the other popular podcast streaming platforms. For other podcasts, please log on to the Quint website, and for any feedback, please shoot an email to podcast@thequint.com.
Thanks for listening. Log on to the Quint's website and check out our other podcasts.